you could do that and braiding section, or I'll do it.
Honey,
every
it's
day.
not about that you just braid the section. I wish it was, because they're beautiful, huh? And I would love my hair to be that way too. Hey, I agree. Hey, I agree.
Hello beautiful people, how you all doing today? I hope you all are doing amazing and fantastic. Thank you guys for always coming back to my channel. So in today's video, let's quickly talk about this little girl who came out on TikTok, start telling her mother she want to braid her hair, that she found a brown lady who braided her hair and the hair is so beautiful, she want to make something like that. Guys, I saw this video and this video is so adorable. Guys, check out what I'm talking about.
Hair like the brown ladies that like they have their hair braided each little sections, and I want you to do that with my hair. And I think that you could get the like the biggest size and put a rubber band on it, and you could braid it. Like you could even do 5 times each day, and after we can finish, it's gonna be all looking so cool.
So you think if I do 5 sections of your hair a day and just tie it, that you can be as beautiful as the brown ladies?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the brown lady's hair is very beautiful?
They're very pretty, and I want to have that happen to my hair.
You know what? I think that they are absolutely beautiful too and gorgeous. But unfortunately, your hair doesn't do that.
Yes, it does. It does do that. Because literally, you could do that and braiding section, or I'll do it.
Honey,
every
it's
day.
not about that you just braid the section. I wish it was, because they're beautiful, huh? And I would love my hair to be that way too. Hey, I agree. Hey, I agree. Aren't they pretty? But your hair doesn't do that. Hey.
My hair like the brown.
Wow. Guys, I hope you see what I am talking about. This girl, she's so beautiful and at the same time she's so intelligent, she's adorable. Like,
You will not influence me. I am my own person. I am a strong black woman.
Welcome to my channel. This is Dr. Azaba. I don't know if some of you picked up on this, but the lady who posted the video, when I saw it and I listened to the little girl, I was like, oh wow. The little girl is appreciating black hair. And then the lady who was narrating has the nerve, has the gall to get on YouTube, make a video about how beautiful black hair is, and then have on a weave herself. I thought that was so contradictory for her to do. And it does young women a disservice to see a video like this and then her to pop up there with a hair hat on her head. Now this picture that you're seeing is something that I saw, and I wrote the caption under it. If this doesn't point to a sickness, nothing else does. Nothing else does. I mean, for her to make a post like this and have all that weave sitting on the top of her head makes no sense to me. If she saw that as some type of psychological damage, then and this is her mother that she said she will never forgive, but yet she has a caption of her with weave. You know, for many African American men, their hair is a symbol of their cultural pride and identity, especially when they want to grow it out It's a way to reject the pressure to conform to mainstream beauty standards and embrace their own unique features. Many black men view their hair as an extension of their self-expression and take great pride in maintaining it, going to the barber shop. For some, the decision to wear their hair naturally is a political statement. It represents a rejection of societal norms that have been historically used to oppress us. There's also psychological impacts to wearing weave. Have you guys seen some little girls as young as 2 and 3 years old and the mom sticking weave on top of their head? It's that pressure to conform to Eurocentric beauty standards that can lead to low self-esteem, anxiety, and even extreme depression. You know, can you imagine? Can you just think of this for a second? There are some African countries that still have some of the judicial systems where they wear these old hair pieces that white men have worn too, like, you know, just think of like the old George Washington with the hair, and these things cost millions of dollars, and this still is happening in some countries. Now let's take one of those things, or just take a scully. Let's say if I had a scully on top of my head, and I went to work in that scully. I went outside in that scully where smoke and whatever else is getting in there. I exercise in that scully. I sweat in that scully. I do everything in that. I take a bath in that scully. Do you know how nasty that scully is? Do you know how very few women would want to sit next to me with that on? If I left it on for weeks at a time. Some women leave these hair hats on their head for months. Now, you know, I can understand some of the economic pressure associated with some women wearing their hair in weaves, but I can't imagine wearing her hair naturally or short would interfere with her job. But some women will say, well, I'm a model, that's what people like, that kind of thing. There's also economic factors associated with the hair industry that the Koreans and other groups make a multi-trillion-dollar business out of. And these products and services are specifically targeted at African Americans. You know, it is painful to see little children going through this. And I know you guys have seen some of the damage that putting all of those chemicals in your hair and wearing those weaves has caused people. I didn't want to put up any graphic pictures, but you guys know that kind of stuff is out there. When your woman asks you why you don't like weaves, you give her that Scully story. Would you want me to walk around with this? You know how much dirt gets into your hair and everything every day, especially if you're outside? How much pollution gets in? Don't you? Anyway, I'm thinking of all the things, you know, barbecues, you know, and you just go like, well, I'm not washing my hair, you know. But anyway, I think most African American men who are, I would say, who are reasonable. When I say that, I mean most African American men who go to work every day, come home, really would prefer natural hair. That's just no studies, but it's just my guess there. And I think for many African American men, it looks foolish. It looks foolish. And women have heard this, but do women really care what we think? You know, do many African American? This isn't African American. This is African. In the UK, it's a big thing. In Africa, it's a big thing. Wearing all that weave. So we're just saying black women, not necessarily African American women, but black women. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. Black women are some of the most beautiful women in the world. You see, now natural hair has gained a lot of traction in recent years, with more and more African American or African women or black women embracing their natural hair texture. Many women have platforms, on YouTube to share their natural, hair, their journey, Weaves and extensions have become popular in African American communities for decades. Wigs as well. And they do offer some people a degree of versatility and styling. However, some of that weave that people put in their hair has damaged their hair. The natural hair movement has encouraged many women to reject weave and embrace their texture, their regular hair texture. Women shouldn't have to feel pressured to choose between natural hair and weaves. You ever see a beautiful woman like this woman on the screen, or the beautiful little children that are coming up? Or let's think of a very attractive guy, and then he starts putting nose rings and tattoos on his face and just start messing himself up. There are women who, who think they look better with the ghetto look, with the eyelashes, and could not be further from the truth. I would submit to anybody in the world, black women, no matter where they are. I don't care if they're in Japan. I don't care if they're in Korea. I don't care if they're in Africa. I don't care if they're in black women who are close to being more natural are some of the most attractive women in the world. And the funny thing is, you'll say this to black women and they'll still have something to say. They'll still have something to say. No. Our sisters around the world are beautiful. Here this lady's making a video and she's contradicting herself, or it's very paradoxical and hypocritical for her to make a video of a young girl talking about how beautiful black hair is, and then she busts up in there with weave sitting on top of her head. Women should be encouraging other women to embrace their natural hair instead of and challenge Eurocentric beauty standards. And on the other hand, they are still adhering to these standards of Eurocentric beauty by wearing weaves and extensions. This is hypocritical of this woman doing this video. And this contradiction is damaging to the natural hair movement. It can create confusion among women who are trying to navigate their own hair journey, and it may discourage them from fully embracing their natural hair. It perpetuates the Eurocentric beauty standards, and then that natural hair is not beautiful. But look at these freaking women. The Black Power movement was critical in reference to women embracing their own hair.